Roxy Sims here, and welcome to Speed Build Saturday. Today I am building the Moonwood food truck, but there is also going to be a cafe and a library. Pretty much the entire town of Moonwood Mill is all based around the lumber industry. And since that's not really a thing anymore, it's been abandoned, there's all these abandoned factories everywhere. And so I thought this lot could also have an abandoned factory. One, because that just makes sense, but two, because I love abandoned factories. The first floor of the abandoned factory is the cafe. The second floor is the library. The third floor is kind of like a squatter's area. So there's like a bed, there's kind of a place to hang out. There's lots of trash and stuff everywhere. I had fun with that. And then in the yard, the outside area of this factory, they have placed down a food truck. This quote-unquote food truck is actually the bar truck that came with this pack, and I thought I would just change it up a little bit and make it a food truck instead. I just like that idea better, and I've always wanted to make a kind of realistic food truck, and I saw my opportunity and I took it. And so yeah, I just put a wall, and then I put in the restaurant stove thing, basically an area where a chef can come and cook for the restaurant. And yeah, we have like a functional food truck. And then I also have all of these shipping containers, and one is set up, like some are just set up to be like storage or whatever, and then one is set up to where you can eat inside of it whenever it rains. So if it rains, you can still come to this restaurant. The way that I am going to use this lot, I am going to set it as a restaurant, and then I can hire a barista to come and run the cafe area, and then just go upstairs whenever I want to read books about werewolves or whatever. So that was my plan, but, since restaurants are a little buggy, you could also just set this as a cafe lot instead, or a library lot instead. There is a kitchen inside of the cafe area, where you can cook some food if you don't want to do the whole restaurant thing. There's, a few different ways that you can use it, and just use it whichever way you find that would be the most useful to you. I always like making lots have multiple uses or potential multiple uses, especially though whenever the world is small. Since Moonwood Mill is only 5 lots, I thought that was incredibly important here. Like whenever I redo the bar lot, that's going to be a bar, a werewolf hangout, and also a gym. I also just really wanted to make sure that anything that was particularly useful for werewolves was going in the lots that I was making for this world. I think a gym's really important. The bar's kind of important. A hangout would be really nice, especially with the thing that you can go into the tunnels with. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a big box kind of thing. So that's definitely going in there. Also, reading the werewolf books is actually pretty important to being a werewolf, so I wanted to make sure there was a place to go do that. I just tried to make it as useful as possible because I am making this for my save file, so I am intending for this stuff to be actually used. This grass that I'm using all over the place, have you noticed that I've been using it in every build? I'm kind of obsessed with it lately. I can't get enough of it, especially on these kind of rough around the edges builds. It makes so much sense. They wouldn't have this perfectly manicured lawn, so I love that I can put this grass just growing up everywhere. And then I'm using debug fences to kind of make them look like they're falling down. And I just love these porta potties. They're so good. I shouldn't be this excited about porta potties. I do, however, wish that you could use them as an actual toilet, but you cannot. They are just for being a tunnel down to the underground tunnels, and they call it a portal potty, so, I'll let it slide since they got a really good pun in there. I am not immune to a good pun, that is for sure. Oh, I was just thinking, I needed to let you guys know that since restaurants are a little buggy, I was thinking if you did not want to use it as a restaurant, which is fair, you could totally just delete the chef station and then that wall, and then you could put in a cafeteria station instead. I'm pretty sure that would fit. Don't quote me on that. I think so, though. I think they're about the same size. And then you could just hire a cafeteria worker and that would probably work better. Although that would make me a little bit sad because I spent a lot of time making the like custom menu, and I spent time making the outfits for all the workers for the restaurant. So I do love that, but I wouldn't blame you at all if you decided to do the cafeteria station instead. We have moved on to the cafe area, and when I was playtesting this, there was actually a lot of people in this cafe area. They were like hanging out, reading, sitting on the couches and stuff. So even though it was set as a restaurant, people were just hanging out in here. So I thought that was really cool. And I placed a table that has, what is it, six chairs, I think, because I put all the other tables are picnic tables, which I thought were appropriate for a food truck. But I wanted at least one table in case you had a bigger family come. So there's one place where if you have a bigger family, you can eat there instead. We're in the library now, and of course I had to put in some computers, some computators to make sure that your sim had access to them if, just in case you didn't have enough money for it, because they're so important to the Sims. And then just some areas to study, and like a little kids area. We have a telescope, but I'm not entirely sure. Can you use a telescope inside? I didn't think to test that part. I'll test it before I upload it. But yeah, hopefully you can, because I heard there might be an issue with that, so I'm not so sure. And then we're going to be moving on to the squatters area, which was my favorite because it's the trashier the better for me, really. And then I have some muddy paw prints at the top of the stairs, and I really love those because I thought they could be like mid-transforming into a human to go sleep up there. So yeah, I had fun with it. Probably going to put a squatters area in every build I do. Well, guys, we're just about finished with this video. I just want to thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. As always, this build will be uploaded to the gallery so you can download it from there. Or if you need the trade files, or if you just like to support the channel, you can do that on my Patreon page, which I will have linked down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you all again next Saturday. Bye, everybody.